competitors. So we are MyFuber and we are here to present you our app. So my name is Shalyant Reddy.
My name is Revan Kanuri.
My name is Madhav Maniyar.
My name is Pranav Gonge.
And I'm Kshitish Bharadwaj.
So the problem with the video we showed you in the end. So what's our mission? Why are we here and why did we take up this task of coming up with this app? Our mission is basically the complete utilization of the uncooked food items that are lying unutilized in the kitchen. So how do we do this? We do this through image recognition, web and mobile technologies. Our app basically helps all our users to be their own innovative self in the kitchen. So how does this work? So for example, say a young lady who is passionate about cooking, she comes home after a tiring day and she probably wants to cook and something for her family. She doesn't know what to cook. So she has maybe a few ingredients left in her fridge and she doesn't know what to cook. So using our app, she'll get to know which dish she needs to cook along with the recipe. Or for example, let's take another hypothetical situation. She doesn't have any ingredients, but she wants to cook something. For example, she wants to cook biryani. I mean biryani because we are in Hyderabad, so I'm stating that example. So for example, she has to cook that. She can just tell us she needs to cook that particular dish, and we're tying up with Big Basket so that they can provide her with the ingredients of biryani which she needs along with the recipe. So she can make that dish, or if she has ingredients, she can scan them through our app, and they're going to tell you the number of dishes you can make with the available ingredients and the recipe of each dish. So all you need to do is take a picture and scan. So that's how it's going to work. So what are the problems we're solving here in the society? So basically 30% of all the food grown is wasted. So we can curb this problem by at least making sure that the ingredients in the fridge, like for example say tomatoes, eggs or leftover bread, doesn't get rotten or wasted. So you can use those ingredients and resourcefully convert them into a delicious dish. So basically that's what we solved. So hence no more throwing away of the waste food, etc. So we came up with our website myfuber.com. So it basically explains what everything is, and you can either upload all the ingredients in our website or app, you can type in the ingredients you need, sign up, log in, and in our blog we'll have the various recipes, or if someone's interested in cooking, a person can come up with their own recipe and post it on our website. And if they think they like the recipe a lot, they can probably share it with their friends and family over Facebook, Twitter, etc. Now, my fellow partner is going to explain about the features of our app.
So what are the features of our app? We will be using image recognition technology, which will use a phone camera to scan the unutilized food ingredients in your kitchen and provide you with a list of dishes and recipes. And the next thing would be you don't have any ingredients at home and you want to create a specific dish, and so that our app even provides you with the dishes. And we have another facility where you can go through the reviews and blogs which people have been putting up in our website or app. And so what are the benefits and features of our app or website? So it would be the image recognition technology would help in saving colloquial language, like confusion of colloquial languages, and reduce the amount of data to input into that thing. And the next would be the access of recipes. We will give you a large amount of recipes with a limited amount of ingredients you have at home. And it even saves time due to instead of ordering things and all that. And the next this thing would be where you can you can review all your recipes in the website or the app. And the last, why would you save ingredients? Like, why would you use them which are there? Because it saves the wastage of it, and it will you save money of the ingredients. And now my fellow partner will describe the marketing stuff.
Now I am going to talk about growth hacking. We basically wanted to know how many users are ready to use our app without being launched, to know how our app functions, to know how many people like our app, to know what are the merits and demerits of our app. We published our app into a website called launchrock.com, and it is unbelievable to know that in just 3 days we have 203 users coming across the world. For example, India, USA, UAE, Singapore, and etc.
So we also conducted a survey. We talked with people and asked them whether they would use our app. They said, yeah, it's a nice idea, we would use it. And now you might ask, our target market. So our target market customers would be tech-savvy people and people who shop online mostly, aged between the ages of 21 to 45. They might be interested in culinary activities and they have busy lifestyles. So according to a survey by Government of India, 50% of India's population is below the age of 25 and more than 65 is below the age of 35. And it's expected that in 2020 the average age of an Indian will be 29. Estimated target audience of households would be 6 million, which is 10% of the population of urban India. So how big is the market opportunity? So there are 250 million smartphone users in India, which is set to overtake the US by 2020. And India's food and beverage category consists of 40% of its consumer packaged good industry. So the sector was valued at 15 billion in 2012, and approximately 10% of this area is uncooked and raw materials are wasted in this sector. So also India has an internet base of about 375 million, of 30% of its population, according to the survey done in Q2 of 2015. So you might ask, how are we different? So TV channels, for example, like Food or Khana Khazana, there's only one way of communication. In our app, you can read recipes and also upload recipes. And online cooking classes. Well, there's a lot of fees in going into online cooking classes. And our app, it's free and we give you recipes on the go. And food delivery companies like Swiggy, Foodpanda, there's delay in delivery and then there's insufficient quantities of food or excess of food given to you. And ingredients are well in the fridge, they're just lying and sitting there ready to be thrown out tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And of course there's the cost on delivery. So, okay, now my friend Martha.
Okay, so this is our revenue model. For the first year, we are targeting around 10,000 customers, and we earn our revenue through basically 3 means, that is marketing, and advertisements, and sponsored recipes and referral recipes. So for marketing, we are taking 200 rupees per month for 1,000 companies, and that will make it 2 lakh rupees per month, and into a year it will become 24 lakhs per year. And then for referral sponsored recipes, I mean that we get some company to sponsor our recipe, and the recipe is written by someone else. So that will be based on the number of users who use the recipe. So let us take 10%, that is 1,000 users using the recipe. We charge 200 for that, so that will be 2 lakh rupees. And let's say users use it once more, and we get 4 lakh rupees as such, and then that will make it 6 lakh per month, and that will make it 72 lakhs per year. And for referral recipe, we mean, for example, you want to eat a pizza or a burger, we would suggest you, let's have a soda or a 7-Up or Coke with it. So like that, for each recipe, we'll have 3 referrals, and we'll make it 200 for 3 recipes. So that will make it 24 lakhs per year again. Like that, total we have 1 crore 20 lakhs in the first year. And then these are operating expenses. We need expenses for managing our office, our app, and basically the salaries. So for the app, we need 25 lakhs. For marketing, we need 50 lakhs. For the salaries, we need a total of 43 lakhs. And for the office, we need 12 lakhs.
Now we're planning of coming up with a version 2 for our app, a probably more advanced version. So we're probably using the Internet of Things. So what is the Internet of Things? It's basically a network of people, technology, information, and objects that are all going to be interlinked in the future. So everything's going to be web-based, like everything's going to have Wi-Fi and technology, and all of them have sensors, technology, etc., through which we can access them. So how are we going to use this? So basically, instead of removing the ingredients and taking a snap of them, in our fridge we're going to have an inbuilt image recognition technology which is going to scan all the ingredients, and then that's going to be connected to our app where you can just send the recipes of the dishes. So in this way, we're going to save time. Because in the future, time is going to be more valuable than money. Like we already, yeah. So this was basically our app, MyFuba. So hope you liked it.
Okay, so good job. So it looks like to me that what you're offering is that I have ingredients, you give me recipe, right? I have leftover ingredients, you give me the recipe. That's at least one clear aspect of your offering. So today, if I have that, so I can possibly go to multiple websites where I can simply say, here are my ingredients, what can I get? So that's available already now, right? So when I saw your list of competitions, those are really not your competitors. It is those other online websites who will give me the same proposition, where given a set of ingredients, what recipes I can get. Now what you're offering now is an additional technology component which says that you scan, right? That's what you're offering, right? You scan and therefore in some ways it is more convenient. Now is that more convenient is the question, because the reliability of the scan becomes critical, right? I mean, when you scan the tomatoes by mistakenly, identified as some other vegetable, those issues, right?
For that issue, we actually met an app developer. So we made sure that since it's an Indian-based app, we're first releasing it in India. So the vegetables or whatever, they're going to be recognized like as in the Indian vegetable. So some people might think it's kira, some people might think it's cucumber. So to avoid colloquial languages, we are enabling the app in such a way that it recognizes all the the ingredients in such a way that people can recognize it. So there's no confusion.
So again, I'll pass it on to the other judges, but my point is that you're hoping that instead of me going to a website and checking off ingredients and seeing what recipes are available, instead I take snaps. And
Yeah, so
that
I think
is
that would be
supposedly easier, right? That is what you're saying.
Because if I might type a particular ingredient and the others might think it's something else, so there might be confusion, and this is easier, just taking a snap and sending it. Thank you, sir.
Good job, guys, given your age and what you presented. It's very impressive. But my question is, do you guys know what problem you're solving? I don't know whether you're a recipe company or you're planning to supply the recipes or planning to supply the groceries, or you're planning to help moms to create the retail centers.
So it's like a combination, sir, you could say. We're providing recipes for the people who have ingredients, and if you don't have ingredients, we're providing you the ingredients to cook a dish. And we also don't like it that the fact that few vegetables that might be in the fridge just go waste, since people think, okay, it's useless, it's there for 2-3 days and all. So we're probably just, curbing that problem too.
In India, people respect food as a god. Then why waste it?
We basically found out that in Hyderabad today, everyone is like foodies. Everyone wants to eat something new. A child wants to make something on its own. So what he does is, he goes to his mom, I want to make something. She says, oh come on, open the fridge, take whatever you want, just take a snap, and the recipe is ready, she's gonna make it for you. So it's
So
very
she doesn't
interesting.
know how to cook.
No, she yeah.
On a good try, like Anil said, there are quite a few applications available, right, which will help anyone the recipes. But you need to be clear on what you're trying to solve. A good attempt, good try, but you need to be very clear and also see how practical it is as well. And three, whether there is enough market for this problem, right? So you guys use a lot of technology,
Yeah, for the market itself, we actually wanted to see if people actually are going to use it. So that's why we did the launch rock thing, so that people could actually, come and be like they want to use our app.
Good job, guys. Everyone shared. And I actually was quite impressed with your market survey. Actually, better than what some of our portfolio companies do. So good job on that. But in continuation with the other questions, I think you need to be very clear exactly what the problem you're trying to solve. With regard to your financial model, I saw that you're trying to generate revenues of recipes, sponsored recipes and referral recipes. See, a lot of these recipes are now available for free online. So it's going to be a huge challenge. Why will anybody pay money for getting a recipe online? Okay. So something else that you may have missed out an opportunity. You did talk about how you will connect with people like BigBasket, right? It doesn't matter, you may always have some leftover foods, but, chances are that any recipe you take, it's possible that you may have one or two items missing. So those missing items, you could actually get it, sold by BigBasket or somebody like that, and you guys can make a cut out of it. That's probably a fairly significant revenue stream that can generate, you can generate from that also. So there are many other ones, so it's a good start. But you need to really validate your financial model also.
Sir, regarding the referral recipes thing, the referral recipes in the sense you are having some dish, it's like a complimentary dish which is offered by other companies, like a juice or let's say milkshake or something.
Okay, so it's not a recipe. You're actually.
So actually we're not charging we're actually not charging the people to get the recipe. The recipe for our customers is going to be free. But for example, we get a recipe, say a pizza. This is sponsored by, say, a company which is advertising. They want to be advertised. So sponsored by, let's say, Food Panda. So we're basically advertising their company on our app.
So on that, I think you're, again, further confusing your business model. I think your whole value proposition is also the immense satisfaction that your end customer gets by cooking the food. Now you are confusing the customer by saying you can actually order, a pizza from somewhere else.
So the ordering thing is always there. They know that, but it's them cooking. It's just that these guys advertising on our page. That's it. And referral recipes, as in, we mean, for example, having a pizza will be like have Tropicana juice instead, or like along with it. So we're basically advertising for Tropicana.
So there's another point that most people think of food these days, right? It's also the issue of calories and healthiness and things like that, right? So most sort of scanning devices should also give you some indication of that. So I didn't see you talk about it, but I would expect that if you're going to give a recipe, there should be some calorie count, something like that, because that's part of sort of a point of parity that's expected. So I think that should be part of whatever is that people done.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. We'll look into that. We'll just probably add that.
Good job.
Any questions from the audience here?
Not a question, just a comment.
Small comment. You have a great USP by yourself. You have to sell more about be your own chef, because it's very satisfying to make your own food and also serve others. So you have to sell more about it. Thank you. More than the wastage of the food.
Excellent presentation, wonderful. I just have a query. Your app is taking the photographs. Now, how do you deal with the quantity aspect of it? How do you prepare a recipe unless the quantities are certain?
Yeah, so basically we also have that facility that when you want ingredients to prepare a specific dish, you also type in the number of people you're going to cook it for. So based on that, we're going to send you the ingredients.
Anybody else?
So, I guess, excellent presentation. I have a query. In your market research, did you ask a specific question whether the audience are willing to pay any money for it if they are getting it? Did you ask it?
Sir, it's a free app. Audience don't have to pay anything.
Anyone else? Okay, we have room for one more question.
So nice presentation and congratulations. And actually, this is a good idea. I want to add something because there are some diseases. For example, polycythemia, more iron in the blood. there is no proper treatment in the medical field. So if you add some ingredients, for example, more this turmeric or something, dishes for special diseases, which not only give the patients the food value or also cure. For example, turmeric cured the chelating agent. For example, for diabetics, for thyroid peoples, for hypertensive people, that's sort. So like that also you can add in your this one.
Sir, you mean Ayurveda?
No, not yes, Ayurveda. Okay.
What was it? So great. Let's give another round of applause. This team was mentored by Subbarao. So Subbarao is a great mentor. So what he has done is he has given a conference room so that they can come anytime and work for them. And I think they've met almost 20 times in the last 2 months at the conference room. Right? So they put a lot of hard work